Hello, welcome to Shad Life. What I have here is a carbon Salsa Beargrease. This bike is actually I think it's their entry-level carbon, so it's a 1x11 speed Deore setup, but it does have like the popular Sun Mullafoot. I don't know how to say that. Rims. Oh, the sun's starting to come out. It's got Dillinger 4 studded tires on it, which were added, and they're set up tubeless. And it's got these Tektro hydraulic brakes versus, say, a Shimano or SRAM brake. No dropper, but it's pretty lightweight. So the difference between a Beargrease and my Muckluck is that the Beargrease is supposed to be more their racer bike. So this has 27.5 by 4.0 tires on it, and my Muckluck has 26-inch by 4.8 tires on it, so a little different in the wheel department. Geometry is really close between the two bikes, but this is supposed to be more their racer type setup. So we just got a bunch of snow the last couple of days, and I am actually going to take this out on a commuting ride here. The reason why I'm going to do that is we got this layer of snow over a lot of ice, and I really want to test these studded tires out. If you know me, I don't really ride studded tires, so this is my opportunity to try studded tires out. And I'm really curious to know how they work. These are tubeless, so weight-wise, it's not bad because taking the tube out and then adding studs kind of equalizes it. So pretty cool there. So let me get suited up because I'm not going to ride in a sweatshirt. And I'll just go on a little ride and check it out and really talk about how the tires work too. While I'm getting ready to go ride this Beargrease, people have been asking me about these boots. This is the Columbia Bugga boot, and so far this is the best flat pedal mountain bike boot I've ever used, and it's all because of the flat bottom, and then it's got this cool inner liner, so they're super warm. I mean, these are ridiculous. So if you don't ride clips, don't even go and spend ridiculous money on like the 45 North boots and stuff. Just get these and you will be 100% satisfied. Columbia Bugga boot, the best fat biking boot out there for flat pedals. Okay, so what I want to do up here, I'm gonna head that way, but I want to cut into the park because hopefully they didn't. It looks like they did. It's kind of hoping they didn't clear the walks very much, but no, they're all cleared. So I'm gonna keep going straight. Never mind. Oh, here, we'll go right here. No, that's pretty clear. So I'm riding on the sidewalk because I want to kind of test out these varied conditions, because what you'll find on the sidewalk is you'll have sections where people haven't shoveled yet, like right here, and you can kind of get a feel for what this bike would ride like on a trail. And the other reason why I'm doing this, oh, big drop, is because there's ice. And I want to see if these studs work. They're kind of loud on pavement, but there's some reassurance going on, like right here, where I know there's ice. The studs are going to grip for me, so I don't have that pucker factor, because I usually don't ride with studs. Some more Yeah, oh, here we go. Perfect trail to test this on, or sidewalk. Just like a trail right here. And it is smooth. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, the sidewalk is a good test. And then this kind of gnarliness right here. Oh, where the alley is. Oh yeah. Get right through that. Sweet. So it is unbelievable for us to be this far in March. And this is what it's like. Look at how big the snowbanks are. So crazy. And it's still snowing. Like, it's been snowing for like 3 days straight. But it's been warm enough to where, even though it's been snowing, it hasn't actually accumulated all that much. All this snow you see around is from earlier in the winter. Old Scout. Wow. So this is where the roads are going to have some snow cover. Then there's going to be icy patches that you're not going to really notice. There'll be potholes underneath. And then you'll get to pavement and slushy slop like this. So there's such a variety of conditions, and that's why this is such a great test for this bike. So let's talk about the bike a little bit. Yeah. This slop. Alright. Now I'm on the bike trail. So let's talk about this bike a little bit. As far as like sizing and all that, it's the same size as my Muckluck. It's a small. Let's get by these people. Well, and so the fit seems very similar. I do wish it had a dropper post, but that's something. My Muckluck didn't come with a dropper post, and I added that. And if this was my bike and I was going to keep riding it, I would add a dropper post to it. But it's not my bike, so. Alright. So, price-wise, it's still pretty spendy. It's just a tear under $3,000. It is carbon frame and fork, and it's got a pretty decent selection of parts. Shimano Deore. The entry level to the good stuff. What I like about Deore is it's budget friendly, but it shifts like a dream, just like the SLX, XT, and XTR stuff. It's just a little bit heavier. They use a bit more steel and stuff as opposed to aluminum and some, I think the highest end stuff has like titanium hardware and stuff like that. But shift wise, it's excellent. The one thing that is a little odd is this is an 11 speed, not a 12 speed, but for a fat bike, I don't ever see that as a problem. I used the Advent X 10 speed on my previous fat bike, and that had plenty of gear range on it. And you don't need that fine-tuned gearing like you would on, say, a road bike or something. So I'm gonna pause, and there's actually a trail right back here. I'm gonna try, probably not get into it and ride because it's gonna simulate Singletrack. There we go. Yeah, I mean, this is basically what Singletrack would be like. Super nice. And I'll go off here to the left into the deeper snow. And I don't have a super low pressure on here. It's fairly low. But it rides through this part fine. Nice. Get back onto the packed part. So back to the parts. So the shifting is nice. It's got Tektro brakes. They're not my favorite. They work. And again, on a fat bike, especially riding in snow, you don't need brakes that work super good, believe it or not, because you're in snow. So if the brakes work decent, you're good to go. You don't need like downhill capable stopping power on a fat bike, unless of course you're out on dirt and doing mountains and stuff. Thank you. So, oh, if that chain wasn't there, I would want to do that stair step. So, the brakes are okay. They're hydraulic. And then the crankset is interesting. And this is a company I've been seeing quite a bit more of in recent years, but Samox, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Decent crankset, but not anything to write home about. But the wheels are nice. And what's cool about the wheels is it actually came with different drivers. So the intention of this bike is that what's probably on here is just a traditional Shimano HG cassette body, but in a package it came with XD cassette body driver and micro spline cassette body driver. So it's very clear to me that Salsa set this bike up to be upgradable. Right. That guy was way too serious to say hi back. Oh, here you go, regular bike. These trails are actually fine for that. Hi. The city plows them. You could totally ride a regular bike on it. Just probably in these conditions might want studs, or you just want to run lower pressure and be careful. Components are nice. Race face handlebars. It's got the Salsa stem. I believe this is the same stem that's on my Rustler. Like I said earlier, it doesn't have a dropper post, but that's not normal on fat bikes, but I prefer them. Because just because it's a fat bike doesn't mean I don't like to jump, get gnarly, do the fun stuff, right? And I actually like to put the dropper down when I come to a stop because it's easier to reach the ground and balance and such. So frame and fork, nice quality, really good stuff. That's where you're spending the money, to be honest. I'd say the frame, fork, and the wheels are tops, and so are the tires that come on this bike, which are the exact same tires that are on here but without studs. And yeah, that's why it's right around $3,000. How does the bike ride? Well, it's definitely snappier, even with the studs. It definitely feels like it wants to go fast. It feels a bit more like a traditional mountain bike than it does a fat bike. And if I compare it to my muckluck, muckluck I would consider like a truck, which isn't a bad thing. My muckluck is made for long haul and for getting through stuff. Those huge tires, 4.8s, it is awesome. But this bike's definitely more race oriented, quicker, snappier, feels lighter, and so on and so forth. Geometry wise, looking at the charts, they're very similar between this bike and the Muckluck. I think the biggest difference in why they ride differently is in the tires, in the wheel size and tires. So if I was gonna have a fat bike for commuting in the wintertime, I would definitely want a 27.5 wheel and not a 26, because I feel like it's a little bit faster, rolls a little smoother, so on and so forth. And commuting, you generally want to get somewhere. So just in this short time that I've been out, the sun is trying to peek through the clouds over there and the roads and everything is getting a lot more sloppy. Less ice, more slop, which for people driving is a good thing, because driving was treacherous earlier today. Just because I'm curious, I want to go on these less packed trails where people have been walking and see how this bike handles it. I know this beginning part is going to be a challenge because of this, but right there, this is like a true test of the wheels, because I know my big 26 by 4.8s, if I drop the pressure way down, would ride through this no problem. But here we go. Oh, it's more packed down here, but that little short section, oh, let's go on this. This is less packed. Oh, they're excellent. Like, all right, do I dare go? I'm not going to the left because I know I'll just sink in that, but I'll go to the right a little bit here and let this runner through. We'll see how these do. All right. Wow, I am actually quite impressed that I'm still rolling right now. It's work, but I am doing it. I go a little deeper. At some point, I will get to where I can't go anymore. There we go. Yep. And look how deep that is. I mean, yeah. So I was able to ride there, and then it eventually ground me to a halt. And I started to go up a little hill, so maybe there's something to be said about these 27.5 wheels. Sticking with this theme, let's go here. I don't know where this trail goes, but is it gonna go down into the woods? That'd be cool. Oh yeah, look at this. Huh. I'm so used to just going to designated mountain bike trails, I don't even think to come over here and do this. This isn't even that far from my house. Look at this. Looks like maybe snowshoer's been here. This is perfect. Wow. Heck yeah. This is like full on true single track right here. Wow, cool. Forget the bike trail. And this bike is hauling through here. I can see why people that race fat bikes like these 27.5 by 4.0 wheels and tires. I mean, I am hauling. Let's slow down. Thank you. Let's really go ungroomed here. Yeah. Who knew I could have so much fun back here? Wow. That looks a little sketch. Okay, I am going to try this, but this is why I like a dropper post on a fat bike, because for something like this I would drop the post, but I don't have that. But I'm just gonna ride it anyway. I might end up doing hike a bike, we'll see, but this looks fun. Here we go. Oh gosh, yeah. Woo. Hill right on this edge of the hill. Oh, I made it. Yes. All right, here's a climb. I'm in the easiest gear and made it. That was freaking awesome. Yeah. So I'm kind of tired of the bike path. I didn't realize it'd be so plowed and clear. I mean, that's a good thing that the city maintains that. But I want to ride this kind of stuff. I just made that. Wow. Nice. And what I'm kind of hoping is there's a lake here. It's called Lake Nokomis. I'm hoping that where the walking path is, they usually plow the bike path and then they make it a dual path in the winter for hikers or walkers, runners, and biking. But the walkers will oftentimes make their own trail off the main path, and I want to go on that. Yeah, I'm not really seeing what I was hoping to see. So over there, you can see the bench is where the walking path is. And I know some of the lakes, people like to walk over there anyway, even though they don't plow it. But I don't see that here. So, and I don't want to ride on this the whole time. So that's enough of that. I got enough riding in to get a good feel for this bike, and it is awesome. Might I say that I like it better than my muckluck? I don't know. I guess it's hard to say. They're a little different, the wheel size and things like that. What's kind of interesting is I could fit 27.5 by 4.0 wheels on my muckluck and see what I think and see if that's the big difference here. Maybe I'll do that. In order to do that, I gotta find some 27.5 wheels that'll fit on that bike. And it just keeps snowing. Like, it will not stop snowing. It's crazy. It just keeps snowing. So there you have it. Salsa Beargrease. And it is a sweet bike. Sweet. I'm gonna keep riding. GoPro Hero 11 Mini, if you're curious. I love that thing. Makes my helmet less heavy versus the full-size GoPro. And I appreciate your support from my channel. Please like and subscribe. Peace.